Hi, I'm Barbara McRae, and this is Littleton Common. What a winter. It's been a long one, but it's what I called old-fashioned. I guess we've been a little spoiled because we haven't seen this much snow in years. But I do hope that you've enjoyed every minute of it and that you're looking forward to spring and whatever it may bring us. We're ready here at the Council on Aging to wake you up after that long winter, and we're offering some programs and trips to get you out and about. This is our senior broadcaster. All of you senior citizens should be getting one, and if you aren't, please call our office at 952-2362. Let them know your address and they will be sure to see that you get one soon. And thank you to Rosemarie DeBacco and Carol Flanagan for taking over the newsletter and doing such a great job. If you have any news you'd like published, please send it to rojoe.debaco@verizon.net or call our COA office at 952-2362. The newsletter will list programs, trips, and if you're interested, what's for lunch at our senior diner. So make sure that you get one. And speaking of the diner, Gail Dalton, the diner manager, wants to see more of you at the lunch program. And here's Gail to tell you why.
Hi, this is Gail Dalton at the Littleton Senior Diner. For the month of March, on March 13th, we're having the women's breakfast. I think that's at 8 o'clock in the morning. On March 19th is the men's breakfast. That's at 7 o'clock, I think, in the morning. And on March 17th, we're having our annual St. Patty's Day lunch. There'll be corned beef and cabbage. And we welcome everybody. As you can see today, we have the Girl Scouts are earning a badge to do some service, which everyone is thrilled to have them here. And we also like to have any type of group, the Boy Scouts or anybody else who wants to come down and volunteer their service or help serve, and any other organization that wants to get involved and get out and talk to people. We'd really appreciate it. So come on down.
Come in and say hi and stay for lunch. At $2, how can you resist? Every month we celebrate birthdays with our lunch bunch. If your birthday is this month, come in on March 12th. But call Gail and let her know you'll come in and celebrate with us. Or just come in for a piece of cake. You don't have to be alone on your birthday. Join the party or have your own, free. Yours is free that day. Gail's number is 952-2757. And on the second Thursday of each month, we have a ladies' breakfast. The time for that is 8 o'clock in the morning. And boy, what a breakfast it is. There's lots of food and chit-chat. This group is growing, and it's a pleasure to see what a good time they have. So try to make it, because the date is March 13th. I know you're going to have a great time. And not to forget the men, your breakfast is on March 19th, and that's at 7:30 in the morning. You don't have to do a thing but come in and eat the hearty meal our chefs will make for you. There's pancakes, fried potatoes they're doing, and fruit cocktail, and sausages, and bacon, and eggs, and toast. I mean, look at that list. Where can you get all of that for $2? It would cost more than that to make it at home. Make our day, please, and join us for the ladies' or the men's breakfast. We'll be looking for you. We haven't given up our line dancing, stretch and flex, basic exercise groups, or mahjong and Scrabble. And starting in May, we will have yoga again. In fact, our guest on the show today is Erin Jade. Erin will be the new instructor for yoga classes, so stay with us to meet her and see what she will be doing. I may even try some of it today. Don't forget the Book of the Month Club. Carolyn Harlow is here to tell you the latest book of interest with this group.
Welcome to the monthly book club sponsored by the Council on Aging. We meet on the second Wednesday of every month in this charming room that we are in right now in the library. It's a little hidden room, and if you would like to enjoy, come and join us. in the library. We would love to see you. It's on the second Wednesday. It starts at 10 o'clock and goes till 11. And we have tried very hard to pick one book to talk about. So this is a wonderful time because we finally have our one book. And our book is, hopefully, when we talk to Andy, The Time Traveler's Wife. She has a book club kit. And The Time Traveler's Wife is by Audrey Nivenegger. And a book club kit will help us to analyze the characters and take apart the composition of the book, and we can talk about what we like about the book and what we don't. So it's important that we all talk about this one book. And then you can bring other books with you that we will also talk about. There's three of us today. Elaine Ryder is here on my right, Marjorie Mason on my left, and our leader, Priscilla Lehman, had to be elsewhere today. And we would like to expand because this table could take 6, maybe even 8 people around it. So please come and join us. The book that I hooked on last month, if you've been watching PBS on Channel 2, they have been doing Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, and I am hooked on her. And this book, the library has The Lost Memoirs of Jane Austen, are new writings that they just found, and this is a must-read if you like Jane Austen. Then a friend of mine gave me this book that she wrote, Leslie Castle, which is a combined number of letters back and forth between two friends when they were 16 years old. So it really will open up your mind about the way the women during that generation had to live and how cloistered they were and protected by their families. And do come and join us. We'd love to have you.
Our computer classes are filling in. Per Yerpe is the instructor, and if you're worried about what keys to push, Per has the patience to help you learn. Call, again, 952-2362 and learn how to use the computer. It's really easy. You'll be very surprised. The Senior Citizens Club is back this month. The date is March 17th. That's St. Patrick's Day. The time is 1:30, so wear something green and bring a donation for the penny sale. Refreshments will be served, but call Mary Gosby at 486-0573 for more information. These members seem to enjoy the meetings, so call Mary and see what they're doing. Tina Mader, our really wonderful outreach worker, hosts a Living Alone support group every month. This get-together gives you a chance to talk about your experiences and probably help someone else cope. Tina brings in excellent speakers, and I hear it's comforting to know someone cares about how you feel, and Tina certainly does that. There will be a podiatry clinic on Tuesday, March 4th. The doors open at 8:45 a.m. and the cost for this will be $25. So please call 952-2362 and you have an appointment. Neshoba nurses will be changing the date for the blood pressure clinic to the second Tuesday of each month. You can come into the senior diner on March 11th and have your blood pressure taken. And the time for that is 11 to noon. You can check out the lunch menu at the same time. And thank you to Karen Jasinski for doing the blood pressure clinic the past 2.5 years. We'll miss you. The Explorer trip this month is a tour to the WGBH studio. I hear this is really great. That's on Thursday, March 27th. We'll leave the Shattuck Street parking lot at 10 o'clock. And the tour starts at 11. I'm thinking, I hope 10 o'clock is early enough, but we'll talk about it, and if you have any questions, you can call Barbara Cam about that. The price for the van is going to be $5. The tour is free, and then after the tour, we will go to the Stockyard Restaurant for lunch, and then home, and hopefully home by 3:30. But please give us a little leeway. I've seen the studio, and it's fabulous. Oh, and there will be shopping in their gift shop, so please call Barbara Cam at 486-4360 to put your name on the list. It's so important to do this, so call that number. What are you looking for in the Council on Aging? Is it trips, special programs, exercise? Every so often we ask these questions and sometimes we get a response. We have more programs than some councils and also less programs than some councils, but we try to keep up with what you want. In doing so, we expect that you will come and use what we have. It may not look like much, but the people that come enjoy the friendships and the time spent. What can we do to make it more appealing? I know a lot of us would like to be less about the old and more about the young side of us, but face it, none of us are getting younger, and that includes you, the baby boomers. Although all of us, on the TV ads, you know, you think they tell us that we can turn back the clocks in our bodies. But one way to stay healthier, which makes us feel younger, is enjoying time with other people. And this is what we try to do here at our Littleton Council on Aging. The COA board and the friends of the COA boards ask these questions every month. What can we do to enrich the lives of our seniors? How can we make our senior center a happy place for them to come and work out or visit? We try and we try, but a lot of you stay home or actually poo-poo our efforts. Meantime, what can we do for you? Our boards can all talk. Now we need you. Come in and visit. Show us your work is not, our work rather, is not in vain. We really do care. Now, is there anyone for ping pong? Or anyone wanting to coach ping pong? Table tennis is a healthy sport for your heart and your head. And it works really well on those muscles too. We are working also at getting a Wii game here at the COA, and believe me, that is a workout and a fun one. Some of us have been using it with the high school seniors. It's a program they started just to see, probably if we live through it, no, only kidding, but trying to see, you know, if it will help our health at all. I'm doing this and have enjoyed it so much. The students are fun to be with and the game is a riot. Wii's are hard to come by, but as soon as we can have one, you will be the first to know, and you've got to come in and try it. Again, space is an issue, but we will work around it as best we can. Vicki Axtman recently joined the Friends of the Council on Aging board, and we are so happy she did. I'm sure we will be using her talents often. And if you're interested in helping us with fundraising, planning parties, programs, or sharing ideas, please call me at 978-263-7905 and volunteer. We need you, and we will love you forever. Our tax man, Tony, will be here to help you with your taxes until April 10th. I'm sure he would extend if he needs to. Tony will help you complete and electronically file your 2007 federal and Massachusetts income tax returns. So look in your newsletter for what is needed to bring to his office. Tax returns? Did I say tax returns? Don't we wish? Well, call the COA office at 952-2362 to set up an appointment. This program is free, so come in and use it. You want to know what is happening at Indian Hill Arts this month? Well, here is Evan Thea to tell us what is going on.
Oh, hi. It's Evan Thea over at Indian Hill. Lots going on this month. Saturday, March 1st, the Orchestra of Indian Hill is having its Spring Symphony. We've got composers from Bach to Mozart to Shostakovich, and that's March 1st at 7:30 p.m. over at the high school. And then on Saturday, March 8th at 7:30, we've got the Boston-based English consort, 7 Times Salt, coming to do a Baroque and Renaissance program. That's going to be really, really good one. Tickets are $15, and you can get those at the door at Indian Hill, or give us a call at 486-9524. On Thursday, March 20th, from noon to 1, we've got our ever-popular Box Lunch concert, and this month it's soprano Sue Bonito with pianist Michelle Kelly and clarinetist Paul Surapine. And again, that's Thursday, March 20th at noon, and that's free. So come on down for that. And on March 30th at 3 p.m., we've got the Indian Hill Chamber Orchestra. Our conductor, Bruce Hangen, will be leading the members of that ensemble in an afternoon of Baroque masterpieces. So if you like Baroque music, this is the place to be. So, and again, that's Sunday, March 30th at 3 p.m. And you can give us a call at 486-9524. Tickets for that are $25. For families, don't miss the Family Pajama Jam, a really fun story hour, musical story hour for families. And that's Friday, March 7th from 6:30 to 7. That's a free event. Anything else? Yeah, the Teen Open Mic, Friday, March 14th, our Indian Hill Unplugged. It's an event, a first of its kind. It's for voice singers, young singers, ages 12 to 18. And you come over here to Indian Hill, you can perform in our setting, and it'll be an acoustic evening, and that's $5 cover charge at the door. And finally, if you're a fan of Celtic music, you can come and join our Celtic session. It's a workshop on traditional and modern Irish music. That's going to be on Thursday, March 27th at 7 p.m., and that's $20 a person. So any questions, give us a call, 486-9524, or visit the website at www.indianhillmusic.org. Thanks.
And we're back to the thrift shop, my favorite. The thrift shop is having its $3 a bag sale March 10th to the 28th. Now, other thrifts have a $1 a bag sale, but we charge much less day to day for our merchandise. So $3 is really a small amount, and the money goes to a good cause. Remember that. Don't miss this sale. We need to clean out the store and get ready for spring and summer clothing. But if you haven't been to our store, it may surprise you when you see the beautiful clothing and housewares we have. I'm always surprised to hear someone say, "I didn't know you were here." And of course, they always return and are happy they do. So spread the word. Our wonderful sales ladies love seeing you. And when you're cleaning your closets, please think of us. Each month on this show, I will wear something from the thrift so you can see the quality that we have to give you. You'll be surprised. Remember, too, we have children's and men's clothing also. I think it might be time for a fashion show, so keep watching for a date. We've always enjoyed giving those, and I know that you enjoy coming. And if you haven't been to one, you will enjoy seeing one and seeing the wonderful things we have. All right, now it's time to get out your green and colored eggs, because both St. Patrick's Day and Easter are this month. It's a very early Easter. Remember that. Have a wonderful and a healthy March, and don't forget to hug a senior. Stay tuned now for a class on yoga with Erin. Hi there. Our guest this month is Erin Jade. Erin and I met at Neshoba Life Care when we celebrated a Christmas dinner with my mom and her grandmother and a lot of the other residents. Are you interested in yoga? Because all of a sudden I am. I keep hearing that yoga is good for stress and much more. We keep wanting to get younger. Give it up and do what is good for you right now. And maybe yoga is what is needed. The word yoga means union. It originated in ancient India. The union is between the mind, the body, and the spirit. In yoga, we do physical postures or poses. And yoga also is referred to as asana. The 8 limbs of yoga. Many people think that yoga is just stretching, but while stretching is certainly involved, yoga is really about creating balance in the body through developing both strength and flexibility. This is done through the performance of poses or postures, each of which has a specific physical benefit. The poses can be done quickly in succession, creating heat in the body through movement, or more slowly to increase stamina and perfect the alignment of the pose. The poses are a constant, but the approach is to them depending on the tradition which the teacher has trained. So I want you to meet Erin Jade. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
I'm so glad that you're here today.
I'm glad to be here.
So how did you get started in this area?
Well, I'd always done other kinds of movement, dance, and martial arts, and I got into yoga to help get through a traumatic experience and to be able to quiet my mind. So a lot of the purpose of yoga is to soften, to quiet the internal chatter of your mind.
I like that idea.
Meditation.
I do like that idea because recently, very recently, like a week ago, I was told that I needed blood pressure medication. I wasn't happy. I'm not happy. But I was thinking that maybe yoga could help me. You know, do you think so? I mean, how could it help a senior citizen with a blood pressure problem?
Well, it can slow down your heart rate, and it can calm your whole nervous system. So it can help your adrenal glands take a little break. So yeah, I mean, just cortisol and stress hormones increase your blood pressure. So
yeah, and I'm sure that sometimes when you're older, some stress seems to happen that might make, because I've always had like a very nice level blood pressure, and I thought, this is such a short time to do this. And then of course met you, and you were talking about yoga, and every time I talk to someone, they'll mention that yoga is such a good therapy, I guess you'd call it, and but good for stretching and your body in general.
It's holistic exercise. Good for every system of your body, good for your skeletal system, nervous system, endocrine system, everything.
So like even with osteoporosis?
There's modifications and variations for every body, every type of limitation. Even if you're injured or have a specific problem to work with, there's always something you can do in yoga. You don't have to be flexible to do yoga. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, oh, I'm flexible, so I'll be able to do it. But it doesn't matter then. Anyone can do that. Even if you've never exercised?
Yeah, there's something for every level. Anybody should be able to start wherever they are and move forward from there. There's always props. There's ties and blocks. You can do yoga in a chair. You can do yoga against the wall. You can modify it to fit your needs.
So you're going to be teaching some classes here at the Council on Aging.
I'm going to be teaching senior yoga.
Yeah, and I think that's really wonderful, because I know that a lot of people were interested in that, and you know, they do exercises here, and they Tai Chi and just basic exercises in line dancing, but people always ask about yoga. And I think I'm going to have to say that I've probably often kind of chuckled if someone said that they were taking yoga or that they were going to do yoga. I don't know if it's my age and thinking yoga might be more something that when I was young, people were doing just to prove something, you know. And now, the more I hear, the more I think, then it is important. It is important to do. And I know that I want to try it. We're going to try a little bit of it today.
And there's different kinds. Some yoga is actually cardiovascular. There's some very athletic kinds of yoga. Some is done in extreme heat to encourage sweating and detoxification. Some is very gentle. So there's so many kinds.
Do you do it to music?
Sometimes, and sometimes not. It depends.
Yeah, because
For
I
me,
know.
it depends on my mood.
Oh, so you could do it quietly, or you could do it with little music.
Yep.
But can you do it with anybody just walking around making noise and talking to you and the phone's ringing?
Yeah.
So
That's the whole point. To get rid of all that stuff.
So you have to find a quiet place. Let's see, how many of us have?
Unless you're really good at finding your internal quiet with all the chaos around you.
Yeah, I guess that would be a little hard for some people anyway. Yeah. Well, let's see what you can show me
Okay.
that we can do. Right now I'm going to take and move this table so we don't bump our
Yes.
heads on it in
Good
case
idea.
we bend over.
Right. So while we're just getting ready, there are different parts of yoga. I think you said that there are 8 limbs of yoga.
Yes.
So the limbs are the asanas, which are the postures, pranayama, which is breathing, breath control, the yamas, which are a code of ethics and how to conduct yourself in the outside world, like 10 Commandments type of thing, the niyamas, which are how to conduct yourself internally with yourself, dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation. What number am I at? The final one, the arrival of all these 8 limbs is bliss or enlightenment. So I think I might have skipped one, but I think that was all of them. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really encourage...
That's a lot for me right now.
Yeah, I encourage laughter. I'm a very goofy yoga teacher. I don't think it has to be taken too seriously. As seriously as you'd like to teach it, take it. It's still sacred. But I think it's very good to be humble and silly and goofy.
Well, I think that I'll go along with the laughter thing because I think that laughter is
best
good
medicine.
in anything you do anyway. And if you can, then keep it up.
Yeah.
Because that's good for breathing. I happen to like laughing a lot. And I recently had my lung capacity test, and it said I had 100% lung capacity.
There you go.
And I thought, it's the
'Cause I
laughter.
laugh,
I have a
yes.
strong laugh.
It's very
so
true.
It must have helped a lot.
I think so.
But
Yeah. Most of us only breathe with the upper 1/3 of the lungs, but the lower 2/3 hold more oxygen sacs. So if people have emphysema or asthma, especially, it's very helpful to learn the breathing techniques so they can take in more oxygen.
Okay. All right.
So that being said,
all right.
I'll just teach you a breathing technique.
Okay.
It's called Durga Pranayama, 3-part breath. And the 3 parts are lower, middle, and upper lungs, or you can think of it as belly, chest, and throat. And the way I first teach it is to have people float their arms up as they're inhaling so they can feel the breath climbing up through the body and expanding the rib cage and really feeling expansion in the body and floating the arms down as you exhale. So that's one way I teach the 3-part breath. So you're inhaling, bringing the arms up slowly, feeling the breath move all the way up into the upper lungs, and exhale, feeling the breath move from upper to lower, upper to middle to lower lungs. And the other way I teach that is to place your hands on your belly and to feel the belly push out as you inhale. Keeping the belly pushed out, feeling the breath move up into the chest, moving up into the throat, taking in as much air as you can like a balloon about to pop, and then exhaling, keep the belly pushed out, breathing in the opposite direction from throat to chest, and then pulling the belly in as you complete the final exhalation, final part of the exhalation. So you see your belly moving.
How can you talk and do that?
Yeah, I think I'm getting bigger lung capacity.
I'm having trouble. I'm going, breathe.
Well, when I teach my classes, I tell people, don't do what I'm doing, because I'm not breathing. I can't breathe and talk.
I was wondering. I thought, whoa, she's really good at this. She can talk and breathe at this.
Do what I do, say, not what I do.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can show you once without talking. How about that?
Okay.
So the other thing I'm doing is constricting my throat a little bit, so it sounds like I'm like the sound of fogging a mirror, like
right,
but with my mouth closed. And that is called Ujjayi breath, which means victory breath. And that helps you breathe really slowly, because you can't hyperventilate or breathe quickly by going with your throat closed. So it helps you maintain calm, not only in your postures and in maybe a challenging yoga situation, but hopefully it translates into your everyday life, and you can access that way of calming yourself and slowing yourself down when you're in a stressful situation in life. So for me, it's all a metaphor.
Well, it was interesting because while you were doing that, it sounded like there was a tube or something in there that was, you could just hear like air just coming up in that tube and then coming out of that tube. Like,
that's good. That could be a visualization.
It was very strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I encourage.
Have to remember that.
I encourage inventing your own visualizations for your breath too.
Oh.
It's like self-hypnosis. You know, it calms you and centers you, and so the breathing you do throughout the whole practice, and then you do. I'll just show you a couple little chair stretches you can do.
I'm going to mention one thing though before you go on, and that's the breathing part. It's so natural to breathe
Quickly.
like that. You know, bring it in instead of letting out your stomach. Breathing, taking it in right away. It was automatic. I wanted to go in here and then out
Instead
like that.
Instead of pushing it out when you inhale.
Yeah, so I'm going to remember that too.
Yeah, I think about the breath coming right into the very lower lungs. The lungs are really quite large, and if you're breathing shallowly, you're just breathing up here, nothing much is moving. And people actually, as they age, their muscles around the rib cage get stiff, and you don't even see, like with me, you see my ribs move.
Yes. Oh yeah.
But with some people who don't practice deep breathing and who have been shallowly breathing, they have inhibition around even the muscles and the bones. So you see little babies, a lot of movement happening in their body when they're breathing.
Right.
And then if we don't continue doing that throughout our lives, we get stiff.
Okay.
So that's a simple thing anybody can do.
Important.
Very important.
Okay.
Yep. So one of my favorite things to do in a chair is just do twists, and that's great for your spine. Helps the little discs in between your spine get a little massage and brings more fluid into the discs in your spine, which is very healthy. So I just grab the back of the chair, you kind of move to the front of the chair, and you inhale as you start the twist. You inhale to sit up nice and tall, then you exhale as you twist in the chair. I just stay for a breath. And it feels good. You can do it if you've been sitting at your computer all day long. You know, like I do. You can do the other side so we don't feel asymmetrical. So inhale, sit up nice and tall, making more space. And then exhale and twist. Pull your belly in as you twist so you feel more twisting happening in the internal organs and the abdominal area as well. And then coming back to center. And twisting is also detoxifying for your organs and your intestines, all of your organs, because it kind of wrings them out a little and brings in more blood and lymph and good healthy stuff, circulation.
That sounds really good. Now, what if you have a bad back? What if your back gives you a problem? Are these things still good for you?
Absolutely. I definitely don't want anybody to be injured in yoga or my class, so I teach very carefully and specific alignment. And
okay, good.
There's
because I have
modifications.
Got a terrible back,
You do.
but I ignore it, and I do a lot of things anyway. And just once in a while, and people have seen me walking like I'm 1,000 years old, but rarely. I have to be really doing something to it. But I'm willing to try whatever to see if it helps or doesn't hurt anyway.
You can strengthen muscles around your back to help prevent injury, and you can strengthen your abdominal muscles. So a lot of yoga is not just stretching; it's strengthening.
Okay.
So you keep everything kind of stable. Good. And I offer one-on-one classes for people with specific concerns that they feel might not be addressed in a group class.
Okay.
So I teach to special needs people
Good.
with cerebral palsy and autism, so I'm used to modifying for all kinds of people.
Well, that's great.
Yep. Do you want to do one more stretch with a
Sure.
high?
All right.
And this is just a shoulder stretch that I do. You can grab onto the little, I was going to give you the pretty one.
Buckle.
Oh well. I just grab onto the buckle so it doesn't hit you in the face. And then bring it up behind. Open your hands as wide apart as you need to bring the tie behind your head, so open them as wide as you need, and you want to feel the stretch here in your chest.
Okay.
So bring the tie behind your head, so you can open the hands wider if you want. There you go.
I'm okay now.
Yeah, and then just breathe right into the chest and let the breath expand your rib cage so that the breath makes you have a bigger stretch. So you're trying to feel the stretch in the upper chest. Do you feel a stretch in the front of the shoulders? You're just so flexible. You don't even need it.
I can feel it a little.
You can open your hands a little wider, bring the tie further back behind, and you'll feel more stretch. Are you okay with that? Mm-hmm. So it's just still breathing, feeling the front of the body stretch. And then I don't even know if we have room for this, but I will just show you. I like to make circles, bringing the tie in front of me as I come down, and then back as I come up. And I just do circles in both directions, and it feels good for the whole upper back.
So just come forward.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got it.
Like so?
Yep. Did you feel a little bit of a stretch?
Little.
It's subtle.
I'll feel it tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow.
Right.
When you hear the phone and you hear, ouch, just say it's
I'll say,
okay,
you
Barbara.
need another yoga class. One of the things I just remembered to say this, forward bends lower your blood pressure, actually.
Oh.
And inversions, not that you're going to be doing a headstand anytime soon, but headstands, inversions, or half inversions, partial inversions, lower your blood pressure.
Okay.
Because your body perceives of that being upside down as a raising in blood pressure, so it stabilizes itself. So one of the things you can do for a forward bend in a chair is just sit sort of on the edge of the chair and open your legs out, and you slowly come into a forward bend. And I'm just going to watch you do it. So you come down, you let your arms be nice and heavy and come all the way down. Rest your head, let your neck relax, open your jaw. And you just breathe there for a few moments. Let yourself be as relaxed as possible with your upper body. And then when you come up really slowly. Let your head be heavy, even slower. And let your chin tuck down to your chest and your arms be heavy. And your neck gets a nice little stretch on the way up. And you just feel more relaxed even after one little forward bend. But you can do it for as long as you like. I mean, you can stay down there for a few breaths and.
Actually, it feels good.
Yeah, it's relaxing, and I do that against a wall too. So.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a little synopsis.
Well, I
little
think all of
taste.
it, feels like. I bet you do feel good when you leave a class
You do.
because nothing's really hurting or anything, and it feels relaxing. Yeah, I just think the breathing is something I'd have to work on because I'm watching you and I can tell where your air is going, and on me I just know I've never done it before. It's my first time, so
There is something
myself
called
a break.
laughter yoga, where people laugh. They make themselves laugh,
Uh-huh.
and then eventually they really start to laugh.
Oh, okay.
Because at first it's not funny, and then they make themselves laugh and laugh. And it's deep breathing when you're laughing. So
Yeah.
so
Excellent.
You get it. It takes a little while.
Well, I like it. I think I'm going to have to come to your class
I would love
when
to
you
have
come,
you.
and that's
Yeah.
going to be in May, I believe.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to it. I am going to have to try it. I know I'll try it. I want to
Good.
see what happens and everything, and it does feel nice.
Sometimes you have to give it a few times. There are classes when you get frustrated and classes when it doesn't feel good, and you just have to keep giving it a few more times to make a really good impression of it, because there's a lot of aspects to it. There's a lot
Okay.
to learn.
Yeah.
So it's not an overnight thing.
That's fine. I would like to exercise, but I'm always afraid because of my back. You know, everyone will say, well, why don't you come to exercise class? And I go, I try things, especially for me, a sit-up would, it just like, that hurts after, and it doesn't hurt where it's supposed to. It
right.
hurts back here. So, and you know, and as we get older, I find that I want to tone up the
your abs.
middle section, you know, because it gets a little looser and looser. I don't particularly want it hanging down here.
Yes.
So,
If this is strong, your back is strong.
Yeah,
this protects
exactly.
your back. You're not one dimension. You got to have it all. This is your core.
right.
So.
Well, I'm very interested in it.
Good.
I'm also interested in something else you do, and that is play the guitar and write music. So this is also something that probably is relaxing for you. Mm-hmm. And do you think you could maybe do something for us today?
Sure.
Okay.
Stars will score their light into my song, and rain will be the beat. Tears will invoke the notes to fill my fingers. I will sing myself to sleep. So dreams are what make us more, and love is more real than war, and gravity's rainbow soars, and tides bring the waves to shore. Heart is a compass and pulse, a weather vane, and streets are leading me home. Love is a mountain, is a waxing werewolf moon, and turns out we don't have to be alone. So dreams are what make us more, and love is more real than war, and gravity's rainbow soars, and tides bring the waves to shore.
Beautiful.
I screwed that up.
Beautiful. So that's wonderful that you can do that too. And that feels like I just got relaxed over that.
Oh, good, good. Maybe hopefully I'll integrate a
Yeah.
little bit of music with yoga.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So I've been teaching for a few years now, so maybe that'll be the new thing.
Really? Good idea.
Yeah,
Well, I am so glad that you came today.
thank you.
And I'm glad that we met
Me too.
with your grandmother and my mom, and we'll make sure we take care of them too. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking
been a
forward to
pleasure.
seeing you again in May at the class, and of course seeing you now and then when we're out and about, and keeping in touch. And
And I'd love to teach you yoga.
I'm going to
I think
learn.
you'll like it.
I think I'm going to learn and throw
I
away
have
any
a friend who
pills.
started when he was 70, and he said now he's 69.
Oh,
So
good.
I think it works.
Great, I'll start out at 69 and I'll be 70. No.
Not if I can help it.
Okay, good. Well, I want to thank you again, and I want to tell everyone out there that I am so glad that you joined us today. I hope you enjoyed our show as much as I did, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again for our next show and next time. Meantime, don't forget to hug a senior.